the negative of the Kennedy doing what he did, I think.
Michelle, let me take you to the other side of the spectrum, and here's what's interesting to me. Albeit never in the past have we seen of recent times a groundswell of African Americans looking to a Republican candidate when we talk about the White House. It seems to me we do not see that with any Republican nominee, and if we're going to say it's between Mitt Romney and John McCain, we do not see that now.
Well, you don't see a groundswell of African Americans, at least at this point in time, going out and in support of John McCain and Mitt Romney. But what's interesting
Nor do we see them courting that.
No, we don't see that. We have not seen them court them yet. I would venture to guess that that's going to change, and here's the interesting reason why. Number one, you have a lot of older African Americans who are either Democrats, independents, who are evangelical Christians that actually backed George Bush in the last election. A lot of those voters actually like Mike Huckabee. Now, Huckabee is a sort of a spoiler for Mitt Romney. People who have declared themselves as evangelical Christians, as conservatives, are now beginning to back Mitt Romney, and I would not be surprised if we now see Huckabee and Romney trying to make some sort of a deal between now and Super Tuesday, and some of those voters going after Mitt Romney going after some of those voters.
Isn't this kind of the Giuliani strategy for African American voters, that you tried to point, we don't deal with them after that?
Well, but you know, I'm going to take a step back, because yes, he's calling for a change, but there has been a strategy. Lee Atwater isn't around, but Karl Rove many, many years ago set out to court African American voters and to court Hispanic voters, but he's doing it in a way that is subtle and that you don't hear too much about.
Les Payne, what we did not see this go round, that we have seen, and maybe we will see it down the road, is, and we're not going to put this on Mr. Rove or Mr. Bush, but we did see some payment to African American preachers last election cycle to suggest to get that black vote out. We don't even hear about that at this point. And to evoke the word Karl Rove and black folk to some is disingenuous, but what's your thought about what Michelle just said?
I think, with the exception of John Edwards' endorsement, on the Democratic side of the aisle, nothing trumps a Kennedy. Caroline Kennedy and Edward Kennedy's endorsement for Barack Obama can't be beaten. All right.
Well, I thank you all. We'll know. All right, guys, thank you very much. We'll see you in a couple of days. We'll see who's right and who's wrong. And thank you for joining us. Don't forget, we tell you all the time, it's your vote. Use it. That does it for this edition of Our World with Black Enterprise. And don't forget to visit our website at Our World.